Hey, hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session of live counter review using technical analysis. So the flow for today will be same as per the usual sessions. First, I'll go through the US economic calendar. Then afterwards, I'll talk about the different indices and some of the commodities. Then afterwards, I'll dive into the different sectors, which are the FAANGM sector, the banks, semicons, as well as the EV. Then last but not least, I'll talk about the counters that you all have in the Q&A tab. Okay, so without further ado, I'll begin. First up, for the events, there's quite a lot of events coming up this week. So tonight, some stuff to look out for will be the retail sales data that's out in about half an hour's time at 8:30 p.m. Then afterwards, there's 2 a.m. there's the Atlanta Fed GDP now data. Going into tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. we have building permits, as well as housing starts. Then at 9:15 tomorrow night, there's industrial production data. Then going to Wednesday, 1:15 a.m., there's the Atlanta Fed GDP now data again. Yep, then Wednesday, 9:30 p.m., there's crude oil inventories data. Going into Thursday, the important one will be the Fed meeting. So that's at 2 a.m. on Thursday. Okay, then after that, the usual press conference at 2:30 p.m. Then Thursday night, 8:30 p.m., we have jobless claims, Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index, and there's also existing home sales data at 10 p.m. Then on Friday, relatively light, but the FOMC member Williams will be speaking at around 9:05 p.m. Yeah, so that's roughly for the schedule for the week. So the key one will be the FOMC taking place Thursday 2 a.m. this week. Yeah, okay, I'll move on to the indices and commodities. First, I'll talk about Bitcoin. So I think Bitcoin for now is still holding around the 78,000 level. This was after price bounce off from this level. Then there was it retested this level start of last week and then continue to hold as a bit of support. But I think for now, probably I think Bitcoin could be forming a bit of a lower highs as we have this downwards resistance line over here. And also I think in terms of horizontal level, around 86,000, this was also a level that price was broke below that actually came back down to test 78K. So around 86K should be some resistance. Yeah, in terms of price, currently is doing a bit of a sideways consolidation. Yeah, then I think for the resistance, 86K is also around the 20-day MA, which I think price previously acted as a bit of resistance previously for Bitcoin over here. Yeah, so I think we could see maybe a bit of sideways again, but I will expect some lower highs, and then key support now will be around this recent swing lows around 81K area. So this 81K needs to hold for the price to continue to do a bit of a sideways overhead. If 81K breaks, then we could see some weakness back again for Bitcoin. Yeah, the next one I'll talk about is Dow Jones. Yeah, for Dow Jones, I think last week they had a breakdown of this important support level. This is around the 42K level. So previously, price was this is very important support level here. Which helped the price for it to go higher. Then last week there was a breakdown. Now this came after price broke below this blew up trend line support over here as well. So a bit of weakness last week. Then a bit of rebound on Friday. In terms of the near term, I think can look at the 10-day MA, this red color line over here. So as the price is currently trending downwards, I think if it tests this level, we could see a bit of resistance. Previously over here, then price continue downwards. So a bit of rebound. I think we could see a bit of rebound, but maybe some resistance again at the 42,000 level. We compare the 10 MA breakdown level. Okay, sorry, 10 MA level as well as the horizontal resistance breakout level. If it goes a bit higher, then the next resistance is also probably around 42.5K, this horizontal breakdown level here. So I think overall still will likely still be trending in this downtrend over here. Next key support level I think will be around the 40K level. This is a very psychological important area. Previously this was also a strong resistance. Then and also that I have another trend line over here that's as well at 40K. Yeah, so I think if it dips a bit lower, 40K will be the next key support for Dow Jones. Okay, next up is Nasdaq. So I think Nasdaq looking a bit better at the end of last week. So continue downwards, but overall last week as looks like a bit of a sideways starting to take place over here. Then yeah, holding support around 17.3K. Okay, then when I zoom out, right, this also holding at this black color trend line support over here for Nasdaq. So I think if this holds, you could see probably a bit of a rebound. In terms of short-term MAs, near-term resistance I think will be around 18K, this level where price broke down last Monday, as well as close to a 10 MA level for Nasdaq. Yeah, then going the next key resistance I think will be maybe closer to about 18.4 around there. So this is around the 200-day MA. If it does a retest, then it will also be a retest of this uptrend channel it has broken up. So yeah, so that's for Nasdaq. It's 18K as well, 18.4K at the next resistance level, I think. So in the short term, we could see a bounce, but I would still think lower highs to be formed from the recent resistance. Yeah, and that's for Nasdaq. Next one is S&P. S&P is similar to Nasdaq. So be moving sideways, then a bit of rebound on Friday. So yeah, I think we could possibly see a bit of a rebound, but some near-term resistance will be around 5,730 onwards. So this will be like the breakdown level in terms of horizontal level. And then zooming out, this was also an uptrend channel breakdown over here previously. If it does a retest, then as of now, currently, yeah. So the 10-day MA could also pose a bit of resistance short term over here. Yeah, so that's around close to 5,700 about there. Okay, that's for the indices. So I think we could see a bit of rebound, but given the recent correction downtrend, I think likely still face a bit of resistance when there's some bounce in the short term at some of these levels. Okay, the next one I'll talk about is gold. Yeah, so for gold, this one very strong. So gold overall, I think still maintaining the uptrend within this uptrend channel over here in blue. And yeah, last week a bit of a consolidation. Then managed to break out of the consolidation at around 2930. So over back here again, and with the channel resistance 3000, also a psychological level over here. If the channel resistance hold, we might see price do some slight pullback up, but I think overall still very strong uptrend. Near term support, if it does come down a bit, will be the retest of this 2930, 2945, this area over here for gold. Yeah, so I think overall the main uptrend is still very much intact for now. Okay. The next one is I'll talk about oil. So oil, I think for now is doing a bit of a sideways consolidation. So it's holding support around this $65.30 level, this swing over here. Yeah, then currently it's doing a bit of a sideways. Then in terms of the short-term moving averages, let me just pull it out. Yeah, I think slightly a bit of better momentum as it's currently above the 5 against the 10-day MAs. So yeah, could see some slight bounce maybe, but I think around 68.5 this level could be still be some resistance at around the 20-day MA. Also the breakdown of this swing low level here. So I think overall will be still quite a sideways kind of fashion for oil since it's also trending downwards. Yeah, then around this 68.5 was also a breakdown of the previous swing low level. So maybe still will be sideways consolidation. Yeah. But if it goes a bit higher, if there's a breakout at the end of around the later part of the week, then the next reason level will be probably around 70.5, which is this another range breakdown level in the past, and there's also this downwards trend line over here as well for oil. Okay, next one I'll talk about is VIX. Okay, VIX. Yeah, last week we tested this 28 swing high level or start the week, and then came down. So in terms of the short-term momentum for VIX, I think it's coming down as it broke this very short-term uptrend channel over here. Also below some of the short-term MA support side that around, like for example, this 5 ME in blue, price was holding holding it to go higher, and there was a breakdown on Wednesday. So currently it's coming off a little bit. I think some support could still remain. I think around, if it goes to 19, then we might see big bounce back again. Because previously back in 19 over here, this was the resistance. So resistance, then there was a breakout. Then if it comes back down to this level, I think we might see some volatility come back to the markets if it hits this 19 area again. So that's something to probably to take note of for the VIX. Yeah, so I think for now, maybe still coming off a little bit. Then if it goes to plan, then maybe there's some bounce in the indices. Then it come back to this 19 level again. Then we might see some volatility again come back. Yeah. Then next, last but not least, I'll talk about copper. So copper, I think this one overall, it's probably still likely to go high because breakout this 4.7 level, also like a higher low build up being formed over here sideways. Also recently, I think, yeah, last Thursday there was a breakout of this 4.85 level as well. So if you can hold this level, I think, and going ahead, could test the swing high around 5.15 over here for copper. Okay, so that's it for the indices and commodities. I'll move on to the different sectors. So first sector I'll talk about probably is the Magnificent 7. So this one recently dropped a lot. So yeah, this one actually hit from the peak in mid-December, right, until the recent low is actually dropped over 20%, so around 21% here. I'll use this Roundhill Magnificent 7 ETF, the MAX, which is the ETF for the Magnificent 7 as a proxy for the to look at it. So I think for Magnificent 7 now, I think probably we are at a bit of a support level. So this is a very long-term uptrend support line that price has been respecting during previous pullbacks. Over here, for example, in April as well as August last year, price came to this level and then there was a bit of rebound. But I think over here, there's probably could have a bit of rebound taking place. Also, short-term wise, price looks like it's breaking out of this downwards channel over here. So we could probably see a bit of a rebound if it gets above the 10 MA level, which is around this around $48 over here. But yeah, I think it will be probably a short rebound for now. Around $50 will be the short-term resistance, which was this previous key resistance turned into support. Then afterwards there was a breakdown over here. So that's it for the Magnificent 7. Oh yeah, also around close to 200, you likely do a retest of the 200-day average, which at this area could provide a bit of resistance. So maybe a slight bounce, then face a bit of resistance. Now move on to the individual counters. First one is Meta. So Meta, this one, interesting fact is that this one is the only counter among the Magnificent 7 that's still positive year to date as of now. So for Meta, currently there's a bit of a pullback towards another support area over here around 590s. These are 590. So for now, possible like sort of a double bottom over here at 590. Price came down start of the week and there was a rebound and tested it on Thursday again. Then held this price. So I think for key for now, if you want to see a rebound, we need to see price try to break above this 10 MA as well as the downwards resistance line. This is around 620 level, I think. Yeah, so I'll be looking at this trend line resistance over here now. Then short-term resistance, I think, will be around 632, this level over here to 632 to maybe like close to 650, this where price there was a breakdown previously, then retest, then came down low. So that's it for Meta. If you can break out this downwards resistance line, then we maybe could see a bit of rebound. In terms of downside wise, I think probably not too much in the near term if it holds this very long-term uptrend support line. So this was since November 2022. Yeah, I managed to draw this trend line over here. So you can still respect this line. I think the downside could be kept, if it does make a lower low, downside wise could be kept around maybe like 570s over here for Meta. Okay, next one I'll talk about is Apple. So for Apple, this one last week, it couldn't hold this this trend line support over here. Then so there was a breakdown, also broke below this horizontal level 230. So the selling momentum, this one is quite strong. And it broke the next support level also at 219. So I think for this one, we could maybe still see a bit of weakness. I say this is probably one of the weakest ones right now. Also currently below a 5-day MA. So this might be a bit of a short-term resistance around 218, 209. I think this will likely be a bit of a short-term resistance. I think price could still trade lower. Next key support I think to look at would be like 206, and then next key one will be around like close to 197. So this is around this swing low during the August of last year. So I think for this still monitor a bit first. Yeah, since there's quite strong selling momentum right now. Yeah. The next one is Amazon. So for Amazon, I think this one's starting to move a bit sideways. So this currently holding around like 192 over here. So maybe perhaps I draw a bit of a trend line. Yeah. So I think for now, if it wants to rebound, I think this to break above this trend line resistance. Also around this horizontal resistance are currently around $200. Yeah, so this is the confluence of resistance right now. So if it breaks above $200, I think next short-term resistance will be around like 207, 208, this breakdown level, and then this swing high over here. Yeah. In terms of MAs, yeah. In terms of MA currently it's still below 5 and 10. It's still below the 10-day MA, sorry. There. So we need to break above this level to see a bit of bounce around the $200. Yeah. The next one is Netflix. So for this one, for Netflix, I think yeah, it was a break of there was last week there was a breakdown and some slight rebound, but I think yeah, still need to see a bit of a confirmation for further rebound. So still below the 10 MA level. Also this swing high over here around 927. So I think need to try to break above this 927 level, then we might see a further rebound towards like 954, this breakdown level over here. Yeah, this previous breakdown level will be the next resistance level for Netflix in the short term. And then some support level, it needs to try to hold this high a bit of a low around 890 to like $900 level to try to cement a bit of rebound. So I think possibly a bit sideways for now, but if you can break above 927, it could go up to test this 950's previous support breakdown level, as well as the next resistance. Okay, the next one I'll talk about is Google. So Alphabet, this one I think came down to the trend line I drew over here. So starting to do a bit of a sideways. So let's see whether you can do hold as a bit of a support over here. Then currently still below. I think the 10 MA might still be posed as a bit of resistance. So this red color line. So currently it's around 168 now. So 168 price need to clear a bit 168, then there could be some slight rebound. Yeah, but I think the rebound could be it could be just a bit only. So 174 over here, there's also quite a bit of resistance. Yeah, so I think could be maybe a bit more sideways kind of thing over here for Alphabet. So this important trend line must hold around this 162 around here. Yeah, if not, the next support level could see maybe like 152, I think, next for Alphabet. Okay, then last counter for the is Microsoft. So Microsoft, this one, yeah, this one there was a price try to break down 385 over here, but did a bit of a sideways. And then the Friday managed to close above this level. So I think for now, if try to see a recovery, need to see price break above this downwards trend line resistance over here, as well as Yeah, then but I think near term wise, there could be still some resistance at around close to 400. This orange, this yellow line is 20-day MA level, which has acted as a bit of resistance in the past. So also some swing high resistance where 400 also price consolidated over here as a resistance. So I think the rebound could be quite a, a, a bit only, then we might find a bit of resistance over here. A bit similar to Alphabet earlier on. Yeah, so maybe a bit of sideways and kind of thing. Okay, so for Magnificent 7, I think overall come down to a bit, the overall index came down to the support line. I think rebound wise, I think could be a little bit, then we might see a bit of resistance come back in again. Yeah, if it holds because of the recent breakdowns over here. Yeah. So that's it for the Magnificent 7. I'll move on to the financial sector. So financials, I'll look at the XLF to start off. XLF is the SPDR financial ETF. This one, there was a breakdown of the range previously at this $50.40 level, price retrace all the way to this support level over here around 47, 40. Then there's some slight bounce taking place over here. So yeah, over here you might see some resistance, I think at 49 around the 10 MA level, which was this which was this previous horizontal level. So we might see a bit of bounce and prices to consolidate a little bit first over here. Yeah, but positive if you can hold this 47, 40 level. So maybe a bit of a slight consolidation first taking place for the XLF. Now move on to the big four banks. So first one I'll talk about is JP Morgan. Yeah, so JP Morgan actually is around this blue color support line over here. And also price also filled a price gap over here, around 225, which was previous resistance. So doing a bit of a slight bounce over here, I think to see a further bounce, we need to see price try to break above this 10 MA level. So currently it's around 240 over here. That could still act as a bit of resistance. Yeah, so I think we could see some bounce. Then if you can hold a higher low again, maybe at 232, then perhaps you could see a bigger bounce ahead. But I think for now, currently 240 might still be a bit of resistance, yeah, from the 10 MA over here, since it's still trending downwards. Yeah, then for Bank of America, this one, yeah, this one came down to this previous resistance area around 39 $40 level. Then starting to hold some sideways over here, a bit of a slight rebound. I think over here if it yeah, over here the 10 MA needs to clear like $41, then we might see a further rebound because this might be some short-term resistance over here. So in the next key resistance, I think if it does rebound, it will be around 42.40 over here, which was this previous key horizontal resistance and support level. So maybe some slight some bounce ahead. Okay, then next one I'll talk about is Wells Fargo. Yeah, so for Wells Fargo, this one came price came down to fill a price gap previously. This was around 65.80. Then doing a bit of a slight rebound. I will expect some resistance to hold at the current level around $71 plus. We have this previous breakdown level over here. As a bit of resistance. Yeah. So we could see some slight pullback over here because prices went up to the 10-day MA over here. Previously over here, there's a bit of a retracement. Since overall it's trending downwards. Okay, then last one I'll talk about is Citigroup. So for Citigroup, I think this one price came down all the way to around this support level in the past, around 67.50. Then doing a bit of a sideways. So this one need to over here $70 probably some resistance for now, which was this swing breakdown around this breakdown of the swing low around the 10-day MA as well. So might see a bit of resistance, but let's see whether they can form a bit of a higher low, then consolidate, try to at least hold the lows from last week, consolidate sideways. then we might see a bit turn now. Yeah, so that's for the XLF. I think looking overall for the index, hit a support level, but I think maybe see a slight bounce, then we'll have some resistance ahead around this 49 level. So maybe some slight upside. Okay, next one I'll talk about is the semicon sector. So semicon also came down a lot. I think it actually retouched in the short term. I think actually touched around the 4,300 key support level. So over here for semicons, I think previously over here April as well as August when the market had dips last year, it came down to this level and then there was a bit of a bounce. So currently now it also came to this level again and doing a bit of a slight bounce. So I think in the short term we could see maybe some slight rebound, yeah, for the SOX index. So this one is currently above the 5 and 10 MA level. So rebounding a bit much more than the financial sector earlier on. So this one need to hold try this attempted recent breakout level. So this is around 4,470. I'm sure to hold this level, then it could possibly rebound further. Next resistance I would think is possibly around 4,700. So 4,700 is around which is this breakdown level over here. And then around 4,800, this is also a very strong previous support that also broke down. So I think this will be the short-term resistance if you can bounce back to these levels. Yeah, so that's for semicon. Looking a bit stronger for the index, but still need to try to do a bit of confirmation to hold the recent attempted breakout. Okay, then possibly see a bit of a higher bounce. If not, if it breaks below this level again, then we might come back down again. So that's it for the index. I'll move on to the individual counters. So I'll talk about a few of them. First up is NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, I think overall still trading within this downtrend channel over here. Then last week actually touched this 107 level again. Then there was a gap up over here after the CPI data. Then price afterwards rebounded higher. So I think this one is overall a bit stronger than some of the other counters right now. Also is above the 5 and 10 MA. In the short-term resistance, I think short-term resistance wise, I think around 124, 125 this level might be a bit of resistance because previously this blue uptrend support line was previously quite a strong support in the past where it was a good level to hold the dips when previously there was a dips along the way. But I think after the results this time there was a breakdown. So it's currently what I think it might be trying to do is a bit of possible retest over here that might turn to resistance. Yeah, since overall it's also forming lower highs and lower lows along the way in the short term. Yeah, so 125 might be a bit of resistance. The next key resistance I think is closer to like 130. So 130 previously was a very strong horizontal level. It was resistance, then it was this support of the very huge range over here. Yeah. Then so yeah, it's a very key level. 130 is also will likely be a bit of resistance as well. So I think in terms of short-term resistance, we might see price hit around this area, then it could turn down again. Yeah, for NVIDIA. Okay, then next up for AMD. So AMD, this one just continue to move sideways. So support still around 95, around there. Some resistance. The short term, I think will be closer to about 105. So 105 will be close to the 20 MA level. So 20 MA will be close to previously the turning points when price retrace further around here in January as well as in February. And 105 is also this close to this breakdown level in the past and also this downtrend channel resistance. So we might still see some kind of sideways over here if it still rejects of 105 as a resistance for AMD. Okay, then next one is TSM. So TSM, this one also a bit weaker. So I think a bit moving sideways. So currently it's holding around this previous resistance around 173 this level. So moving sideways. For it to actually rebound, I think need to try to break above this 10 MA level, which is around 175.4 now. So then perhaps there could be some slight further rebound. But I think this one, since overall is also downtrending, there's also a few resistance upwards. So they could come from this downwards resistance line around 179, as well as this swing high around 184. So these are the next resistance levels. So this one, let's see whether it can try to break out this downwards trend line. If you cannot, then likely just continue to remain in this like downtrend over here for TSM. Okay, the next one talk about is ASML. So ASML, this one, previously I think 720 there was a breakdown. 720 breakdown. Then also I think price is forming a series of lower highs along this trend line over here, and holding some support around 685 over here. So for some rebound will be to see whether you can try to break above this 720 level again. If there's a recovery, if there's a recovery in overall in the semicon sector. Okay, the next one is Marvell. So this one, Marvell, I think it actually hit an uptrend support line I have in the past over here. Yeah, around $67. I think because it went down after the results. Then held over here doing a bit of a sideways. Yeah. And I think overall, we might still see a bit of resistance coming closer to $74, which is around the 10 ME level. Also this is around 74 is also the opening price after the gap down following earnings. So this level might still be some resistance. So maybe could do a bit of sideways again, but if it goes below 66 again, which is the trend line support, there might be still some downside. Because overall, this one is still quite weak over here. Below 66, next support level, I think will probably be around, this good support level probably around 55, 56. Around this swing low level in the previous horizontal resistance. Okay, then next one I'll talk about is Micron. Micron is also a bit stronger than the rest. So this one managed to turn up, there was a recover above the 5 and 10-day MAs also, then probably break out this downtrend resistance line. So in terms of the resistance level, I think it could come back to around like 104 to 107 over here. So this area could likely be some resistance from this trendline resistance that I expected on in the past. And also every time above 104, there's some resistance in terms of horizontal level as well. So it might come back, go up a bit higher, then at this reason it might pull back again. So that's for Micron. Then for Broadcom, this one tested the uptrend support line over here. Okay, this blue color line, a bit of rebound, moving a bit sideways. Some resistance is coming from this 197 swing low breakdown level over here. So needs to hold a bit of a higher low over here, like preferably 189. This must hold. Then you can try to do a bit of further rebound. But I think upside there's also some resistance because around like 205 to 210, this level should also be a bit of resistance from this when price gap up then sold down. So there could be a bit of resistance over here. Then last but not least, Intel, which has been making a lot of headlines. So Intel definitely stronger than some of the names out there. I think this one, after the gap up over here is form an inside candle on Friday. So this one, if it can, I think this one, if it can break above the today's high, I think there's a chance. I think it could go higher. After this inside candle formation or lower volume. So the resistance area it could go is maybe like 25.50 onwards to 27.40. This area again. yeah, for Intel. So overall, it's still quite sideways, general trend, but after this gap up, it's still holding over here. So let's see whether I can try to move up a bit higher today. Okay, that's it for the semicons. Next one, last but not least, last sector I'll talk about is the EVs. So Tesla, this one, yeah. So Tesla, one of the weakest counters, came last week, came back down to fill this gap around 218, 219, and starting to do some rebound. Okay, then short-term levels to watch. I think the 10 MA over here might still hold as a bit of resistance. That's close to about 255 around there. So previously on the downtrend, when price did some retracement back uh, to these levels, it still encountered resistance along the way. Yeah. Then also in terms of horizontal level, also broke below 262 last week. So I think if it does retest this level, 260s, I think will still hold as a bit of resistance as well. Yeah. Since overall it's one of the weakest, there's a weakness in this counter. Yeah. So then I think, but let's but I think in the short term wise, if it does come back down, 218 might be able to hold as a bit of support. Given that there was high volume over here. Yeah, high volume capitulation, then if it does over here, there could be a chance for a double bottom. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so for explain this one still very strong as with China, Hong Kong, China stocks. So this one still trending upwards along the 5 and 10 day moving averages. Then also above this 2360 level, so currently doing a bit of back test. So these holds, I think, will still move higher. I think earnings is coming on start of this week, so I think that will move the stock in. So let's see how it goes afterwards. And for Rivian, this one's just continuing on weakness after you see the lower highs, lower lows, and also breakdowns. So next, I think it could still move lower if it's still finding resistance along the 5 and 10 day MAs over here. Currently, it's around $11. So next support level, it could test. It's probably like 960. The previous low 960 to $10 over here. Yeah. And last counter I'll talk about is new. For new, it's um yeah, this one's starting to show a bit of strength, but overall still relatively sideways. Yeah, so after the breakout of this 440 level, we started to see increased volume coming in. Form a bit of higher lows. So some resistance still likely at 540. 540. Next recent level will be around like $6 over here. The next volume spike previously. So over here, I think short-term supports, probably if it does a bit of a pullback, then sideways again, the support might come in around like 460, I think, over here. Yeah, which is around the 10-20 MA level as well. So that's it for the different sectors and the counters. I'll talk about the Q&A you all have in the chat. Okay. Hi BY, your counters are Celsius, SMCI, and ARM. Okay. Okay, for Celsius, I think this one looks like it's moving a bit sideways. Volume has actually come off again just recently. So came back down to hold at around $26. Then there was a bit of slight bounce. Then price is just moving a bit sideways again. So I think for now, could still see a bit of a sideways conversion. Maybe I go into the weekly chart and see how it is like. Yeah, this one there was a weekly currently still trying to it's like remaining below 28. So we might still see some sideways kind of action over here. Yeah, until you can try to break over this swing high now at 29 over here. So maybe still consolidating a bit sideways between the recent swing lows 24 to about 28 over here. Okay, then for SMCI, Yeah, SMCI, I think this one looks a bit sideways for the moment, at the moment. So price came back down, then after here it reached 36, which was like this around this prior resistance and this swing low started to move sideways. Uh, yeah, then also some trying to hold above the 5 and 10 AME. So this 39 to 40 level. So you can hold this level. I think we could maybe see some slight bounce towards a recent swing high for around 45. There could be some resistance also near 20 AME. Yeah, so I think overall quite sideways. Above 45, next key resistance probably 50, around $50 over here as well when there was a dip this level and the price opened at this level. So there's some resistance around 49.50 next. Yeah, so I would think for now maybe moving a bit sideways. Yeah, since it came down, then moving it's just moving sideways for the time being. Okay, next one is palm. Okay, so for arm, I think yeah, this one there was a breakdown below this support 123, then price came down a bit lower. Currently still looks like it's finding resistance along the 5 and 10 day MAs, but Friday it tried to hold with a close above the 5. Okay, so this one I think if you can try to break above the 10 MA, we might see some slight bounce, but I would expect some resistance to come in around this $125.40 this around this area. So previously price was consolidating over here and before it came down a bit. So over here might still be a short-term resistance. And next one is around 126 around there. So maybe a bit of sideways kind of movement for for the short term. Okay, next one is on TLT. TLT, I think this one yeah, overall looking a bit sideways for now at um this prior breakout level 89. So you can hold this level, you might see continue sideways a little bit. So that's for TLT. I think overall might be trading within the wedge lah. And so let's see whether I can find some confluence of trend line and as well as previous business support 89.50 over here might be a bit of short term support then for it to bounce again. Okay, next one is Palantir. So Palantir, I think this one yeah, price actually covered the gap over here at $83. Also came down to 80 this prior range resistance level. And they are sideways over here. Possible false breakdown over here. The price break over 80, but subsequently recovered it. Break above it and then will retest it continue hold as a bit of support. So short term wise, I think could continue a bit of range. Over here, $90 to 93. This area will be, I think will still hold as a bit of short term resistance. So since it's moving a bit sideways, also you have 20-day MA coming down over here. So there might be the short-term resistance over here. So I think price could still remain quite sideways. Yeah. Okay, then for SoFi, yeah, SoFi there was a breakdown of this 1360 price came down to test a prior resistance around $11.30 and starting to sideways a little bit. For this to rebound, I think it will climb above the 10-day ME, which is around this 1230 level, which is also this breakdown of this swing over here. The next resistance will around be 13, will probably be around like 1340, 1350 this level, which is around the breakdown level in the past also. So I think for now, still need to see whether it can get above the 10-day ME, then perhaps there's some bit of a further rebound. If it's still finding rejection, then it might still turn back down again. since overall it's still trending downwards. The next question is on MSI, which is Motorola Solutions. Yeah, so this one price come down, came down, then bit of a indecision on Thursday, then price closed high. So looks like not bad. Price hold tried to break down 410, but afterwards it managed to close higher. So this was also at prior resistance. So for now, maybe some short-term rebound. Short-term rebound. There's some in terms of resistance, I think for now probably like around 420, 422 over here. So this was also a bit of consolidation over here in the past. Before price went a bit low. So there's some rebound. This might be the resistance or in the short term. So I think afterwards they might do a bit of a sideways consolidation. Okay, next one is Enphase, Lockheed Martin, Palo Alto, and Adobe. Yeah, Enphase, this one is overall still downtrend, a bit of a rebound recently to retest previous support breakdown above like $60, then came back down again. So recently, you can see breaking below the MAs. So I think if there's a past 3 days trying to hold around 57, 70 this level, if there's a breakdown below, I think we might see it come back down again. Since overall it's downtrend. So yeah, so if there's a breakdown, we might see price come back down to the support again around 52. Okay, next one is Lockheed Martin. Okay, for Lockheed Martin, this price came up to there was a spike. Then it filled this gap over here, 490. Then subsequently there was a bit of a pullback. Only I think need to hold this level, this this 10 MA level. So because price was previously above 5 MA, then it dipped towards the 10 MA. Then still holding 10 MA for now. But if there's a break below this $460 level, then I think there could be some slight further pullback towards maybe like 450 again, which is the next support level. So perhaps a bit of a sideways if it breaks below 460. Yeah. So maybe some sideways consolidation after this spike. Then I think there's some profit taking. Then price came down again. Next one is Palo Alto. This one, okay, this one I think there could be some bounce. I think because price is actually from Friday actually closed above the 5 and 10 day MEs. I think it's the first time overall since the pullback stretch over here. And price also holding this 17 around 173, 174. I mean, tested it around twice recently. So there could be some bounce upwards, but I think short-term resistance probably around 187, which was this breakdown level here. Also close to 28 AME. The actors there is a bit of resistance over here in the past. So afterwards there might be some if it there could be some bounce towards this to test this resistance. Then afterwards there could be a slight further pullback that follows. So maybe some sideways afterwards. That's for Palo Alto. Then for Adobe, I think yeah, after the results form a lower low. Yeah, so I think for this is quite hard to gauge because after the results, lower low. Yeah, there could still be some reasons for 405. 405 to the 405 to 405 to the 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 405 to 405 to like 420, 415, that area might be some short-term resistance. Yeah, when the MAs come down, there might be some resistance again as well. So currently 415, 4 around 405 to 415. Yeah, seems also trending downwards. Okay, hi Bo Xiong. SMCI went through the some sort of about C Limited. Oh, C Limited, I think it might be trading within this channel itself. So currently, after the results, there was spike, then hit the resistance. Currently doing a bit of a pullback. So I think we might see a bit of a sideways kind of thing. Might come back down to test the channel support. So I think probably around 118 to 120, around 121, this might be support from these prior horizontal resistance, as well as the recent dips over here, the recent swing lows and the channel support. So this might, if it comes down to this level, I think there might be some bounce again. Yeah, the short-term resistance will be around this 133 level. Yeah, so maybe some sideways might take place for now for ceiling. Okay, the next one is on Salesforce, Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, and Moderna. In Salesforce, I think it might be trading within this downwards channel over here, starting to do a bit of sideways, holding this support level at around 270. So I think if you can break out like this 10 MA around 200, currently it's around 282. Also today resistance probably around there as well. If you can break out this level, we might see a bit of a bounce for Salesforce. Then the next short-term resistance will be around like 293 to 300, this area. Yeah. So maybe some slight bounce, you can break out this downwards channel over here. Then next support level downwards, previously also 265, there's some strong resistance. So that creates a bit of support as well. So that's for Salesforce. Yeah, for Eli, this is there's weakness. Yeah, because price was trending upwards over here, then since the breakdown, I think this short-term resistance will likely be around this 825. Also for previous horizontal level. Also previously, also here when price was paused over here for a while, then resume the drop. Yeah, so this might be a bit of resistance. Also around the 5-day ME. So if it continues to hold below that, this will be the short-term resistance. Yeah, so I think this one, if it finds resistance around here, it might continue to go a bit lower. The next support level could possibly be around 760, then 725. So let's see how it goes. That's if it's continue to reject along the 5 MA level. Yeah, then for Novo Nordisk, I think this one, I think there was some news that caused there was a gap down last week again. Then yeah, so currently below this $78 level. So it might do a bit of retest, but if it holds, there could be some risk. If it holds below this level, I think we could still see, we could maybe see it go lower. So I think this one is also quite affected by news. So 81, there's some resistance over here as well for Novo Nordisk. Generally, it's a bit of range counter. Yeah, I think switch to the weekly. Yeah, there was in terms of around 80, 81 and 84. 84 will likely be a bit of resistance from the 5 and 10 AV levels. Okay, the next question is Moderna. Okay, Moderna, I think it could be trading within this wedge over here. Uh, yeah, so a bit of a resistance over here around 437 for now. Then price is for now holding some downward bottom around $30 lah. So over here, you can form a bit of a higher low over here, then maybe if there's a breakout above $38, then we might see some higher bounce towards like 41, around 41.40, 41.50 over here. Yeah. But for now, I think still trading within the wedge itself. Then just trading sideways between like 33 to 38. So for now, maybe still be a consolidation unless there's a breakout. Okay, hi Sharon, good evening. Yeah, your question is for the two support and resistance levels for Tesla, Dell, and Costco. Okay, for Tesla, I think current resistance level, I think for now maybe like 255. If I'm looking at around the 10-day MA level, then if it does retest the trend line, I think around 265 will be also around resistance. Short-term support for now, I think for now, if it's strong, you'll be able to hold like 237 over here. Then next one is probably the recent lows around 218. Yeah. And then for Dell, the resistance wise, I think will probably be around 100, around this 100 previous the swing low support level. And afterwards, maybe like 107 this gap over here. And short-term support probably around 93. So 93 was a level that the price broke down over here, then came back upwards. It's also the around the crossover of the 5 and 10-day levels over here. So 93 probably some the near-term support, then afterwards probably 88, the recent swing low again. Then for Costco, resistance probably around 920 for now, which is the breakdown level over here. Then higher resistance level probably around 940, around 942, 943 this level. And then support wise, I think a bit lower wise for now will be this previous range support around 870. Yeah, then after 870, we have probably around 840 for Costco. Yeah, wait, so that's your question. Next question is on United Health, Official and Pepsi. Now for United Health, I think this one still looks okay in a very short term. Price broke above this level at 475, then they are retest over here, still holding. But I think short term upside could be capped at 500, which was this previous two swing low levels as well as this trend line resistance. So in the short term, might still move quite sideways over here, I think. Between this 475 to 500 over here. The next question is on Thermo Fisher. Thermo Fisher, I think it might be trading within this short-term downward channel over here. So short-term resistance might come around like 530, which is the channel resistance, also quite close to the recent horizontal swing high level over here. Yeah, so that's for Thermo Fisher. So if you might see test over here, then it might revert back to the channel itself again. And for Pepsi, yeah, Pepsi, I think it was seeing a bit of resistance above 125. There was a few upper wicks over here, couldn't clear, where then there was a gap down place. Then in terms of the short-term momentum, it's also below the 5 and 10-day MAs over here. So I think this will be a real resistance if we come back to retest that 151 this area. Yeah. And short-term support, next one will be around 144, 144. Yeah. So I think we could see maybe some sideways kind of action over here for now first for Pepsi. Okay, hi. Next one are some Hong Kong counters. So 3067 is Hang Seng Tech. This Hang Seng Tech ETF 3067. Okay, I think for the Hang Seng overall, it's still very strong. Recently, I think we are seeing a bit of a consolidation, but still respecting this uptrend support line. So I think short-term support probably around 12 and some resistance still above like 1275 over here. Yeah, looks like a short-term consolidation. But we might see a bit of a decision over here soon if it reaches the apex. So maybe like around a week's time, then maybe you see whether it can break upwards to continue uptrend or it breaks below. Yeah, let's see. For now, looks like a tight consolidation. Then for 2318 is Ping An Insurance. Okay, for Ping An, I think this one it's still quite steady. So this upward trend over here, then moving sideways. Then today, the last Friday as well as today, break above this $49 level. Near term, I think upside could be kept around this 51 to 53 area, which was this previous two swing highs that price so often. So overall, this is also a very range kind of counter. Yeah, so I think we might see price test these two recent level, then maybe some sideways afterwards again. Yeah, but there's also I think there's also results. Yeah, it's weak. So let's see how it goes also. Okay, hi Alan. Your counters are Elf Beauty Upstart, Applied Materials and Cloudflare. Okay, for Elf Beauty, I think this one it looks like a bit of a range bound taking place. So support over here still holding 63, then resistance is 77. So I think it looks like a very classic, a normal kind of range bound taking place for now. Yeah, for Elf Beauty. Unless if there's a breakout above 77, then close out the gap at 86. Over here, there will be a next resistance. Then below 63, the support probably around 58. So 58, I think previously there was a gap over here in previous resistance. So that might be the next support. But for now, I think nothing much, just range bound. The next one is on Upstart. Okay, Upstart, I think this one starting to move a bit sideways, but it's still below the 10-day MA. So short-term reasons, I think around 50. As of now, the 10 MA around 52 could still hold as a bit of resistance. So overall, the downtrend over here is still quite strong. So maybe 52 still will hold as a bit of resistance. Then maybe do a bit of sideways afterwards again. Yeah, above 52 next resistance there's also at around 55 there's also some reason. Okay, for applied materials, price is moving sideways. There could be a downwards trend line resistance over here. So looking a bit better recently. price is above 5 and 10-day MAs. Also, there was a breakdown below 150, but there was a great recovery. So I think if we break above this 155, the closing price of Friday, then maybe we could see some slight bounce towards like 160 to 164 as the next short-term resistance for applied materials. Okay, then for Cloudflare retraced back to the previous resistance at 116 about there. Um, yeah, then I think for now still below the 5 MA, so still looking a bit weak. Need to go above it, which is like 100 around 118. Then we might see a bit of a slight bounce. But I will still think in the short term 124 over here might still be a real resistance from this level as well as it's near the 10-day MA. So this one is still overall the downtrend is still quite strong over here. So we might still see the resistance in here, 124. Then next support level is probably around 107 over here. Okay, hi KC. Your counters are GameStop, Teladoc, and Silo. And this one is still trending downwards. Recently breakdown of this 24 level, then currently doing some sideways. So I think need to actually need to try to break above this 10 MA, then we could possibly see some further rebound. For now, likely this 23 will still be some resistance. Over here, they see a 10 MA is a bit of holding a bit of resistance, then price came down again. Yeah, so next resistance is also quite close, I think 24, around 24.50. So previously there was some consolidation over here. So I think, yeah, if it breaks out, then over here there could still be some resistance that holds GameStop. So overall, I think uh, it could still move a bit sideways if there's a breakout. Okay, then for Teladoc, this one is also moving sideways at the support area like 8.4 for now. So this one I think still strong downtrend unless you can break above $9. This 10 MA level, then next resistance will probably be like around 9.9. Oops. Yeah, so for now still downtrend unless you can break above $9. The next support below I think probably 7.7 for Teladoc. Okay, then next is Silo Tech. For Silo, this one quite low volume. For now, still, I think for now it's just looks pretty range well. 530, there's some resistance, so there could be a bit of pullback from this area back to the near-term support levels would be like 4.5 and $4 things. But I do know this counter is quite low volume also, so yeah, it could be quite volatile. Okay, the next one is on Surf Robotics. So this one just came down over here, starting to do a bit of a sideways, but I think short term wise, I think I will still expect some resistance from like 8.4, 8.4 this breakdown level. Also quite, yeah, now it's trying to break above the 10 MA. So there could be some bounce, but I think 8.4 to 9.3, there could be some resistance from the previous consolidation. So yeah, given that it's gradually moving downwards. Then CLOU is Global X Cloud Computing ETF. Okay, so this one price is still looks like it's trending downwards gradually. Maybe let's see if I can draw a channel. Yeah, maybe within this channel itself. So I think overall will still bounce, but I think some resistance might come in around 10 MA offline this channel around 22 about there. Yeah, then it might turn down again. So overall, unless you can try to break out this channel, then a further rebound. But if not, it just likely to face resistance at 22, then come back down again. And then DRIV is the Global X Autonomous EV ETF. This one is quite sideways. Um, yeah, recently came back to like the 22 support and a bit sideways afterwards. So I think there's some probably not much kind of movement since from the range is about 22, then the highs of 24. Short term wise, resistance probably come around like 20, um, probably around 23 short term resistance. So maybe we see a bit of sideways over here again for the short term. Okay, hi James, your counter JCI LVMU one. Okay, AJG is Arthur J. Gallagher. Okay, I think this one overall is uptrend channel, but possibly at the resistance area, so there could be some pullback from this area again. So for now, it's holding the key support is still holding around 318, 319. So perhaps a bit of a consolidation, but I think if this breaks, then we might see some further pullback. Since it's overall is at the sorry, it's overall is at the resistance area for now. Yeah. And then for JCI is Johnson Control International. This one I think is back tested the support around 77 this area, and a bit of a rebound. Uh yeah. So this one need to climb above, go above the 10 MA. Also this horizontal level around around $80, then we might see a further rebound. Next resistance for now probably around $82 over here. So this one need to try to break above this level, then we could see a further rebound. If not, you could just continue a bit sideways for now. Okay, then next one is LVMH. So this one, since the breakdown of 140 over here, price has been trending downwards gradually below the 5 ME level. So this one, I think we could still see maybe some further pullback as long as it stays above the 5 ME level. So next support level, we could maybe watch out maybe 126 over here. Yeah, see whether it can hold as a bit of support. I think it's about 9:15. I will take one last question. Sorry, I'm unable to answer all the questions in view of time. So next one, FAS is the direction financial bull 3 times. Yeah. So this, I think quite similar to the XLF ETF I talked about earlier just now. Yeah, so currently it's at around this support level 138. We're doing a bit of a rebound. So to see for now, short-term resistance might come around the 10 MA level, around like 151, 151 lah. So it could, yeah, then I think the key to see afterwards is whether it can hold the recent lows. Then you can try to break above the 10 MA again, then we could see maybe some further rebound. Like next key resistance level will be around 157 about that. Yeah. So I think should be quite range bound also overall for this. So maybe see if we are sideways and try to see whether I can try to break above this resistance or not. Okay, I think I'll end the session here today. Sorry, I'm able to take all the questions in a bit of time, but feel free to post inside our Poems Tree community group or the Telegram group if you have any questions. Maybe I'll just stop sharing my screen now. Then give me a moment. I share the feedback the feedback survey form. Okay. Yeah, so I left the link for the survey form in the chat. So you can feel free to fill in if you have any comments about today's session or how you can improve your experience further, or if you all want any other sectors, or if you think the current arrangement is okay, you can leave some feedback as well. Also, if you're new, feel free to join our P3 community at Technical Analysis. If you haven't, you can join using this link. You can download using the link over here. Then you can feel free to post any question you have on the TA, then I'll take it over there when I see it. Then if you are new also, you can, welcome to join this at Poems TA Telegram group as well. So over here, I'll post the TA content over there. You can ask questions over there as well. So I think that's all for today. Sorry, I'm able to take all the questions if you have time. I'll see you all again in the next session. Yeah, so hope you have everyone have a good night, good trading week ahead. There's a lot of events coming up this week also, and with the FOMC, and again, Trump will be there to create volatility every day as well. So just safe trading everyone, and very good luck everyone. Okay, I see the question on the chat. Why are the streams on YouTube so inconsistent? Not able to join via Zoom every time. Okay, so is your question regarding you can't join in using the Zoom link, then do you join using the YouTube stream itself? Yeah. So maybe I think I can feedback it to the organizer, and maybe you can try to. I think we'll try to sort it out to improve the experience further.